Right, here is our exam 2 review. So same everything pretty much as before. So 8 true false, 8 multiple choice. On the next couple of slides, we will not see conceptual mentioned, but when I talk about it, that's what it is. And I'll talk about the 4 problem solving questions as we talk about the different chapters. It's going to go live Friday at noon. It's going to close midnight on Saturday. It's closed notes, closed internet. It is individual. The equation sheet will be provided. It will look very similar to exam 1. There will be a couple of different equations on there, but it will look very similar. You're also welcome to use a one-page equation sheet that you yourself have made. You'll probably want some notes on the different theorems that we have covered since exam 1. So if we look at the course competencies here, if we look at number 1 in particular, right, we're applying theoretical tools such as network theorems. So this is Thevian's and Norton's theorems. Those are considered network theorems. We haven't done phasors yet. That will be not on exam 2, including dependent sources. So we do have to have some dependent sources stuff. First and second order circuits will be exam 3 as well. So I'll kind of talk about this as I go through with it. I will tell you pretty much what you need to know for the dependent sources question. So basically everything we've talked about for the past couple of weeks is fair game for all of this. So understand what a current source is, how to do a source conversion, so utilizing Ohm's law, knowing where those resistors go, and with the ideal situation, what is that equivalent resistance? That is something that will show up on the conceptual part. For the superposition, Thevian, and Norton stuff, what's going to happen is you're going to be given a question, and part A is going to be stating which theorem you're going through and using. If I want, so for one of your questions, it is going to correspond to one of the equivalent circuits. So A is going to be pick your circuit, or pick your equivalent circuit type you want to do. B will be going through and solving for it. And C is going to be converting from one to the other. So you are going to need to understand how to convert between them. But you're only going to be going through and doing one where you're explicitly being told to use one of these equivalent circuits. Other than that, you're welcome to use it unless otherwise stated. So for chapter 9, this is where we talked about the simultaneous equations. So you are more than welcome to go through and use the determinant method. If you are going to be using the determinant method, you must show the determinant you are solving for. So you'll need to set up that matrix. Then you are welcome to just plug it into the calculator. You don't have to go through and show every step, but you must show the determinant you are setting up. If you don't have that and it's wrong, I can't give you any partial credit because there's no work to judge. Branch and node method, know when to utilize those. Again, the question will be pretty open for what you're going to be able to go through and utilize for solving for one of the questions. One of them technically might be a little bit nicer than the other one, but you're welcome to use either. So we talked about dependent sources in lecture 16, right? There are 4 different types. We have a dependent voltage source that can depend on current or voltage, and similar with current. So understand the 4 types. You will have a similar question as to what we saw in lecture 16. So I will explicitly tell you what method you need to use. And from that, you'll need to go through and utilize it. It will be stepped out a little bit more in comparison to the other questions on the exams to kind of help guide you through the question a little bit, because this is something that's not covered in the textbook and we've only really done the one example. So there will be a dependent sources problem solving question. It'll be on here, won't be on the final, but please make sure you are following the steps that I am telling you to go through and do. If you have any questions about exam 2, please let me know.